cracking, mi gente? This your boy D once again, ready to come by, show some love and a little bit of knowledge. Today, I'm gonna make this video regarding what you guys asked me, you guys inquiring. How is living, or what is the program on a 270R? What's the difference between a 270 and a 180? I'm gonna break it down as much as I can, give you guys as much detail as I can. And I'm also gonna point out how some prisons are different from programming on a 270 to another 270. With that being said, man, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, don't forget to share, and don't forget to always leave a comment. That's what we're here for. We get the conversation going. I know lately I haven't replied back to you guys' comment. Believe me, I will take an hour a day. I will start doing it again, take an hour a day to reply all you guys' comment. Just bear with me, and we trying to get it there. With that being said, let's get into this video, man. Well, as you guys know, and I don't say this to brag or to make myself look like a big old gangster honcho. No, unfortunately for me, I never went lower than the level 4 yard. It went from 180 to 270 to 180 to 270. I never went lower than the level 4 yard. So I was playing to you guys last time. My first 270 was in Centinela when they did the whole bus transfer. They will open up CR and they moved those all for Pelican Bay, couple buses to CR. They had already sent 2 buses, and then I was like the 3rd bus that came up there. When we first got there, as soon as we walked in, and believe me, the travel from Pelican Bay to Centinela is from literally corner to corner. So it took us about a week to get to Centinela. And when we got there like around 4 or 5 o'clock. And we didn't get to the buildings until like 11, almost 12 o'clock at night time. So once we got there, the first thing we walked in there, everybody was already asleep. We walked in there with the cars. And you see the whole pot open. The whole building was open. There is no walls. There was no divisions. Like the whole thing was open from cell 1 all the way to 50. From cell 50 all the way to 100. So basically, whatever building you are, the cell numbers start for 1. I was in building 1, so start for 101, 102, and then the other buildings start 201, 202, and then 203, and then it goes all over. Okay? Well, it's crazy when I walked in and I was like, man, you could see everything. Like there was 2 showers in A section, there was one on top, one on the bottom. There was 2 showers in B section that belonged to B section, one on top, one on the bottom, and there was 2 other showers on C section. Well, when we walked in, the south side of the section was basically C section. That's where the chairs, the tables, the phone, that's where we used to be at. The pie sides, the white and south sides. The others and the blacks used to be on A section side. So if you live in A section, let me explain something to you. Let's say you live in 103. There was no way, if it was free time, what they call recreation time, day room, you couldn't walk across the day room to get to C section. You had to go all around by the edge because it has like a little yellow thing close to the doors, and it has the little whole basically open space. So you had to walk to the yellow. If you live in 102, 103, you have to walk all the way to B section. Then from B section, make the left, all over the C section. You couldn't come out yourself, walk straight across from the blacks and the others. That was considered disrespectful. And the blacks can also say something to you which can cause a problem, or they can get off on you. You never know. So as soon as you get there, that's the first thing. They break you down. They tell you what it is. They tell you, hey, homie, if you do live in A section, do not walk. Or if you're during day room, you got to go drop something off. Don't walk astray. And then their showers from the blacks and the others were A section shower. Both top and bottom were for them. And top B shower was for them. And top bottom B showers, it was 2 shower heads there. 2 people could shower there. It was for us and both showers in C section. That was our 3 showers, right? Mind you, we share showers with Paisas and with White. So B shower, the bottom one was the biggest one because it was 2 showers. So you used to shower with somebody else. Me personally, I would wait until a homie be in the showers to jump in. I never really liked jumping in when there was a White there. Not that I had something against it, I just didn't feel comfortable. I would jump in the shower if there was a paisa that I knew or there's a homie that I know, I would jump in there. Other than that, I would go get one on by myself. So when we first got there, like I said, we start cleaning the house because it was dirty. We cleaned the house. We got done by almost like 1 o'clock in the morning. We lay our mattress down. And over there, we didn't know that we walked to chow because when we got there, they didn't tell us nothing. Nobody was up. So we didn't know we had to walk to chow. Mind you, because in the 180, they bring you the food straight to your door to the little tray slot. In the 270s, 9 times out of 10, you walk into chow. We didn't know that. We didn't know what time chow got served over there. We know it had to be between 6:30 to 6. Well, they didn't announce that day that was get ready for chow, la la la, right? So when we got up at 5:30, we cleaned the house and everything. Myself was just let me know when we go to chow, okay? They just popped the doors. Mind you, we don't got no blues or nothing. Some homies went with their shorts, like, cause we got our own property. That good thing about over there in the 270s, they give you property right away. That's why they had took a little time. In the 180s, you have to wait till you go to committee and go do all of that, right? So when we landed in 270, some of us went with our jumpsuit on, the paper jumpsuit, the red one or the blue one, whatever they had gave you that time. Some homies went with the thermal sweatpants and shorts because we didn't have no blues. So we walk in Chow early in the morning. And mind you, we got there like around October, November. So it was a cold already. It was the winter. So we walk in Chow. I have my thermal on. I got some sweatpants on. We walk in Chow. And in Centinela, as you come out of one block, you make a little right. And then you walk all the way. The chow hall is all the way to the back. And there's a big ass wall. And in the middle of that wall, there's a door. That's what they call the back. That's where you going to work. Like if you were PIA, boxers, shirts, socks, whatever they were doing, that's the PIA behind the wall, what we used to call it, right? So we walked all the way over there. We sit down. We get our chow. And then when you come out, they give you your bag. But see, another new thing that I learned in 270 is that they have the right, the police have the right, the COs have the right to stop you and pack you down. That don't happen in the 180s. At least I didn't see it. The only time we get packed down was when we used to go to yard and stuff like that. So when we coming out of chow, I seen homies like you, the hooters pointing at homies, and then they're tagging it and they're packing them down. I was like, what the hell? So I asked the dude that was with us, and bro, what's up with that? He's like, oh yeah, in the 270s, fool, they pack it down. So if you carry your cell phone or your pedazo, it's a wrap. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know. So we walked back to the building with our lunch sack. And here we had it to be there for a whole week orientation. So you wait there for a whole week orientation. You have your property, so you're not really tripping because you got your TV, you got your radio, you got everything basically, right? But you're not going nowhere. The only time you will go out will be while orientation if you have a medical docket or if you're going to go see the committee. So it took us a week for us to see committee. Once committee there and they tell you this is a program, you A1A, you A2B, you gotta just do what you have to do and then go from there. Since I was A2B, A2 bum, I didn't have no job. I didn't qualify for behind the wall because my points were way too high and I was a lifer. So the only jobs I qualified will be either a porter in the building, yard crew in the morning. And that was about it. Not even the kitchen. I didn't even qualify for the kitchen back then. So we continued to the program, and the program was a little bit different regarding to a 180. On a 270, this is how they do it. They release for yard, they release the whole building. When they release for yard, they release every single building. They will release top tier, all top tier from 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, 4 block, 5 block. They will release all top tiers of those blocks. You will go to yard. And bottom tier will come out for day room. So we go to yard in the morning, let's say bottom tier will come out for day room in the morning. They will open day room like around 10 something. And then you be there for all the way to like 11:30, and then they get you back in. Our yard in the morning used to be from like 9 o'clock all the way to 11:45, 12 almost. 11:45, 11:30 was. Because you have to come back in and they got to do counts for the people that are high security like myself. You have to get counted at 12 o'clock every single day. But within the yard, while you're in the yard, they have two unlocks. What they call in the morning, they used to have one unlock. So you go over there in the morning at 9 o'clock at yard. At 10:30, they will give you an unlock. You can come into the building, take a shower, and take it back in. So homies will go in there, take a shower, and stay in the day room, kick it with the homies, right? That's how sometimes they would do it. So afterwards, they started doing was, if top tier will go to yard, top tier will also have day room. They wouldn't allow bottom tier to come out because they would start mingling. So they switched it. It was top tier go yard, and if you stay inside, the homies will stay inside, or whoever will stay inside. You will also go out to day room and do what you have to do in day room. That way, you didn't mingle with the bottom tier. You can still talk to the homies in the bottom tier because they're in the cell, but that's how the yard will go. The yards used to be long, and that was one thing I liked it when we used to be, because every day you had yard no matter what. Unless a riot kicked off, unless a stabbing kicked off, then it would be locked down for the rest of the day. But other than that, we had it, right? And the only thing that surprised me was when I was in Pelican Bay, even if it was a one-on-one fist fight, they would shut the yard down and send us back to the building. Over here, it was rare, man, that you could have a 2-on-1 removal. If there was no weapons involved, they would just resume the yard. Like, and sometimes even if there was weapon involved, they didn't really hit in that bad, they would resume the yard. So we had yard from 9 o'clock all the way to 11:45, 11:30. So you out there whole morning. But here goes the downside. When you come back in, you're done. Basically, afternoon comes, bottom tier is gonna have yard. You're done for the whole day until we go to dinner chow at nighttime, which used to be at 5 o'clock, 6. And then you will come back and then you'll be done. Now, they used to have night day room, which means if you were A1A meant that you had a job or you were going to school, you were getting some type of education or something. So they will let you out to day room. So if top tier went to the yard in the morning, they will also have night day room. Okay, I couldn't get no night day room because I was A2B. So I didn't have no job, I didn't have nothing. So they wouldn't let us have no day room, right? At night time. Now in the afternoon, the yard used to be a little bit more serious because, like I said, it was cold back there. But then around 12:01, brother, believe me, and that desert used to get hot. It used to be like 110, 115, 120, 100, 98, 95. That's how much degrees you will have over there. It got to the point when sometimes they would shut down the yard because they had a heat stroke advisor, basically. They had a heat stroke, a heat alarm saying that it could cause any heat stroke, so they would send everybody back in. Plus, the hooters, they're all dressed up with a thing. They also want to go back into the little, either to the office or to the gym, because they don't want to be out there in the yard suffering. They have a beds, they have all this, so they will shut down the yard. Now in the afternoon, we used to go to yard at 12:45, 1. In the afternoon, the unlocks were different. So we go to yard, like I said, whatever top or bottom tier, whatever high yard in the afternoon, we will go to yard. Let's say top tier had I'm saying top tier because I used to be in the top. So let's say top tier high yard in the afternoon. So you gone from your cell from 12:45 all the way to 4. All the way through 4 o'clock. 4:15 sometimes. It used to be 4:15, 4:30. It depends on the police or in the sergeant that has the yard that day. But from 1 o'clock, basically they wouldn't do unlocks until 2:30. They have an unlock at 2:30, so you out there for 2 hours and a half, and you can come in and take your shower. Then they do another unlock at 3:30, which is this last one. But in that unlock, you couldn't be able to take a shower. You had to go straight to your cell. So you couldn't 3:30 unlock, no shower. 2:30 unlock, you get a chance to take a shower outside, the big showers. You come back in at 3:30, you going straight back to the cell, bird back. But see, you had that communication with your celly, or at least I did. So if me and him were out there in the yard in the mornings, we wouldn't come in until the yard was over, so around 11:45, because we knew we had the whole day to shower, to wash our clothes and everything. There was no rush, because the dinner didn't come around until 6:30. Now, when it was in the afternoon, it was a little bit more different, right? Because I think dinner was, I think I'm mistaken. I think dinner was between 5:36. That's when they will start calling the building all the way through like 7 something, right? Well, in the afternoon, it will be hard. If you come in at 3:30, you literally have to shower and leave your clothes to the side, bird bath, clean up, leave the hole, and start filling up the sink. So when you, that's a courtesy. Like at least I would do that. And that's speaking from my experience. I don't know how other cellies get down, but that's always something that we were taught. If you come in at 3:30, fill up the sink after you're done. The sink was because so your celly could take a bird bath. And the reason why you fill it up is because he's gonna come in at 4:15. By 5:30, he needs to be done because he got to go to chow. You know what I'm saying? So if you fill up the sink, that's saving him 20 minutes of pressing the button, filling up the sink, showering, washing the clothes and everything. You know what I mean? They're saving him time. And you guys, by the time they open the door, you guys are both ready. You guys don't happen to be in your boxers, so still picking up water so it doesn't go to the tier. And that was another thing. When you bird bath, you had to be really careful how much water you would throw on top of you. And if you throw a lot, you had to make sure that the water didn't go outside the tier. If the water went outside the tier, and depending on the person that had the block, they will break you off 113 burpees. Because this is where it goes. If people will be fishing, let's say there's no program at nighttime, for whatever reason the program is shut down, and they want to slide cell phones, they want to slide something else. When you throw your line, and I'm in the middle of those two people fishing, and there's water in there, your line is gonna get dirty. You don't know if it's piss water, you don't know if it's bird bath water. Even bird bath water is dirty because you're taking all that hotness, all that dust off you. So, and imagine you sending your clap to some homie, and it gets stopped in the middle of the water. What gives it the emboli doesn't rip, and you just assed out, falling in a tear. So they used to be strict, like they will break you off. If you let water come out, they will break you off. The homies will break you off because of that. So we tried not to do that. That's how it was in Centinela, man, the program. They used to have two unlock. After that, when I got shipped to Corcoran State Prison, CR, they were making it. AR used to be active. Then they flipped it to CR and sent everybody to CR. Now, when I got to Corcoran, it was the same design. Everything was open. But there, I had a job. I was a porter in the morning. So I used to wake up like around 5:20, 5:30 to go pick up the big old tray cars, bring it into the building, get ready to serve chow for everybody else. And since I had a job, I was qualified. And in Corcoran, they had night yard. So if you were allowed to go to night yard, if you had a job and you didn't have like X amount of points and you can go to the yard, they will allow you to go to yard. At nighttime, imagine that at nighttime you had yard. I never had seen that before in my life, but at Corcoran they used to have night yard before when I first got there, because they had transferred AR and they used to be a level 3 to CR, and they were trying to continue in the night yard program. Like always, somebody had to come and mess it up like a jackass, so there was a couple fights, so they messed it up. Now, there was no night yard, okay? But they used to have day rooms, so it's the same thing. They will open up. Over there used to be bottom block, bottom tier goes to everybody to the blocks, go to over there. The only thing that over there, it was a little bit more. I think for me, it was better in Centinela because the yard was bigger. You had to play handball, you play soccer. They had a soccer field that was better. Instead, Corcoran State Prison, the soccer field had a lot of holes because when we got there, they had the dog programs that would allow people to train the dogs and they would send them back out. So they had the dog program at that time. So a lot of people were participating on the dog program and they would show how people get along with animals. And in the gym, they actually have machines. They had in the gym, if you want to go to the gym in Corcoran, they had like running the bicycles machine. They had the rowing machines. They had the legs machine. They had a couple machines. They even had the boxing ones over there in Corcoran. So that was different thing that I never seen. And the only thing is, you used to go to a store before to Corcoran, but after a while, you would put your list in, and they will come and drop. They will call you. You back. We're ready. Go pick it up. You didn't have to make the line like it was in prison. They started doing that at first, but then afterwards, they start bringing the backs into it because incidents can happen, and that's where I witnessed a white man killing another dude because he had an arm in his jacket. I will tell you guys about that story, man. The dude was, whew, I never seen something that vicious. That vicious. He almost got away with it too. He almost got away. He was like this close to got away. I will tell you guys about the story in the next video, but I wanted to show you guys what a 270 day looked like for me. At least in Centinela, used to be waking up. If we had yard that day, get ready for yard. So we don't have to keep rushing. So I would just take out my boxers because they pack you down. They want you. And in Corcoran, I used to get ready for go to work. So I had two different programs. In Centinela, I didn't have nothing to do. Go to yard, play soccer, do beds, and then work out. So when I used to, in the morning, I used to work, play soccer. And I know that everybody used to go back in at 10:30. So we play a whole game for an hour and a half. And after everybody goes in, the people stay there. We couldn't make another team. So we just, me and my road, though, we used to get the working out on all the way to when yard were closed. In the afternoon used to be the same thing. Everybody used to stay out all the way to like 2:30. But then since the heat was so strong, me and Marcelo used to agree, I'm going to go in at 2:30. You can go in at 2:30 if you want, bro. I'm going in at 3:30. If you want to go in at 2:30 and shower outside, that's on you. But Marcelo liked to go in because he had long hair. I had a long hair at that time as well. But he liked to go in at 2:30 because he wanted to shower outside, come back in and just fill up the sink for me, which it was cool. And I used to come back in, but that's how the program was. I didn't have no program after child was shut down. Only had my thing, and I used to be tripping. And Corcoran, it used to be different because I used to come out in the morning and be out there all the way to shift change, to like 2 something. I used to be out there to like 2 something, bro. And Corcoran didn't really trip for you if you want to go chill at the next homie cell. Then you could go in there. If you want to get a tattoo, you can go there. The doors could be open. It was a little bit better, a little bit more freedom in Corcoran, which I liked it there. But it has its ups and downs. The dudes that were in charge of the yard work, some dude was a dickhead. Man, Stomper for La Puente, he was a dickhead. But I stay on my way, so I used to do the same. Over there, I never played soccer. I played probably 2 games, but my thing was like walk around, do laps, work out, play a couple hands of handball, and that was about it. That's how the life. So every day I used to wake up at 5 in the morning to go pick up the cars, come back, feed everybody. After everybody's fed, because at first, when we first got there, we used to go to walk to Chow on Corcoran as well. But after the riot between the Bloods happened, they stopped letting us go on to Chow. That was one of the factors. Then the second factor that they say no more walking to Chow was when that white boy killed the other dude on our way back from Chow. So they were like, nah, we're not dealing with this shit no more. So they decided to start bringing the Chow here. Plus, over there used to get foggy a lot. So they were like, we're going to have to eat in here. So they just decided, why not just fit him inside and let it be. So I used to get up in the morning at 5, get my house ready, move everything out the way. And I was single cell. I couldn't have no cell at the time. So I would play. So after everything, we would pick up the trays, clean them, and We had to clean the shower, we had to clean the day room, sweep it and mop, and then the shower we had to clean them up and make sure that when they do day room that everything will be open. That was my day. By 2 o'clock I would be tired, so I would go back into my pad, watch a little bit of TV, I would draw a little bit, and then take a nap, and then I would just wait for dinner time basically. Or if we had morning or afternoon yard, I would come out to day room. I would be in day room because I already be in the yard. Like when I was a porter in the morning, I used to sneak out and go out to the yard. So that was the difference. That's what was a day of my life and a 270 yard, and why it's different. You deal with a lot of more personalities, and that's what you have to be careful, because you're dealing with a lot of more personalities. 100 people in the whole block, and you, especially when you're a porter, you have to deal with so many people. I will tell you about the story of one of the homies that got there. They respected me and had to pop his door and had to put the smack down on him because he disrespected me after he asked me for a favor. And I told him, my thing was, when I was a porter, my thing was like, hey, let me take care of whatever I have to do for these people. That way I have every single free time to do whatever run you guys want me to do. Because first of all, the showers have to be clean. So I gotta clean it so you guys don't jump in nasty ass showers. Then I gotta sweep and mop and then collect the tray. So let me do what I have to do so these fools don't tell me, hey, ooh. You know, and then after that, I do any runs. I don't care if it's from A to B, from C to A. It doesn't matter. But let me finish what I gotta do. And I told that to the homie respectfully. He came out of pocket, so I had to pop his door and we had to go get it in. I will tell you guys about, if you guys want to know how many cell fights I had, how dangerous cell fights are, and what was the outcome of all 10 cell fights that I had, leave it in the comments. Let me know if you guys want to hear about the cell fights, how many I had, how many did I win, how many did I lose, and how dangerous those cell fights is. Leave it in the comments. Let me know, man. With that said, I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys understand the 270 program. I hope you guys have a better idea now. And like I tell you guys, please leave a comment, like and subscribe and share. And like I always tell you guys, let's be kind to one another. Let's tell each other we love you. Today is better, tomorrow is never a promise. Let's get it, mi gente.